So you want to retire and you've got a nice para pension. You've been teaching for 20 plus years and you're like, hey, I'm getting tired. I want to step away. If we look at para, maybe para, the retirement pension that para offers, isn't the full amount that you're used to living on per month. Let's say, for example, you're used to living on $5,000 a month.
Nice.
What would happen if you take $1,500 haircut? Right now, all of a sudden, you're on $3,500 a month.
Yeah, where are you going to come up with that difference if you want to keep living off that?
Yeah,
once you retire?
Where are you coming up with that difference? Yeah. One, it's super awesome that we have as teachers the para pension. We've got that. That's fantastic. And if you're on para 2 or before, good for you. If you're on para 9, I'm sorry.
You got to wait till you're at least 55 before you.
You got to wait until you're in the grave.
Yeah.
I mean,
55 until you can collect your pension on table 9.
Yeah.
Tables 1 through 8, 50 if you choose to retire at that age.
Yeah. So let's go back to that. You've got $3,500 from para. Para's like, hey, you want to retire? We can get you there at $3,500.
Sounds good.
But you look at your budget and you're like, I'm used to spending $5,000 a month.
Right.
I think there's several ways that we can get to that. And I think that this is the beautiful thing about personal finance even, where how you get to that number, it's up to you. What do you want to do? What are you comfortable with? One of them, what if you just paid off your mortgage? And that could be a $1,200, $1,500 gap right there that you're not paying towards the mortgage anymore, but now you're paying towards yourself.
Nice. No, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you were talking about one too, just a little bit ago. Not contributing anymore.
Right. So someone that has $3,500, they might have been contributing $500 a month. Now they don't need to contribute anymore. So now they're kind of at $4,000, so to speak.
Yeah.
So now that gap is $1,000 they want to come up with, which is less than $1,500, obviously.
Right.
So that could be a part-time job.
Yep.
Maybe they've been investing, so they can pull out some investments to get part of that gap also.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of creative ways to get a gap if you have a gap of what you really want from your pension.
Absolutely. And that's what I hope to get across is, yes, you might have less than you anticipated in para, right? But it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things that, how can we fill that gap? Like you said, even if it's a part-time job, you're working as a barista, you're working at Home Depot, you're just having a good time, but all you need is that $1,500 or less.
Yeah.
Right.
It reminds me of a story. I talked to this teacher a while back, and she said, I'm going to teach until I'm 45 and I'm going to quit. I said, okay, tell me more. This is interesting. She said, I'm actually going to buy 5 years. I'll have 25 years in the para. I'm going to quit at 45, but I'm going to start another career. And then when I turn 50, my pension will kick in. It'll only be a partial pension, but that's some good money too. And she's going to use that partial pension plus this new career she started and do that career too for a while.
Yeah.
So you can get out of teaching even before like the traditional 50, 55 if you want to be creative. This lady was really creative. She had a plan and she's executing it.
Absolutely. I've known a couple of teachers that do that too, where they bail out a little bit earlier and they have their little side hustle that they're like, I make enough money here that it's okay. I can wait for the pension. I don't need it right now. And so once it kicks in, they're kind of double dipping.
Yeah. It's similar to what other people have with Social Security.
Yeah.
Like, at 62 or 63 or 65, whatever age you choose.
Yeah.
Like that's going to kick in and be part of my income. So you kind of can plan for that and make that work with other income until that kicks in.
Yeah. So just food for thought. Think about your position, right? How do you fill that gap if there's a gap in your retirement? This might be contributing a little bit more into your Roth, your 401k. This might be real estate. This might be a part-time job. This might be paying off the mortgage, right? There's a lot of different things that you can do. So just think about your position and how you can kind of fill that gap.
Absolutely. Love it.
Perfect.
All right.
Done. We'll see you guys.
Cheers.